In the year 1999, a quiet casino experiment revealed a terrifying truth about how easily human beings lose control of their money. Researchers noticed that players who would hesitate for hours before risking a $50 bill would gamble away thousands without blinking once. What those gamblers never realized in that bright room is that the exact same mental trick is being used on your phone right now. Your brain has a hidden design flaw that forces you to treat your hard-earned wealth like a casual game, and nobody warned you. If you have ever bought something you instantly regretted or traded stock on an app, this hidden mechanism is running your entire financial life. The truth is that your mind did not evolve to understand digital currency, so it defaults to rules meant for primitive survival games. I break down one psychological concept per video in plain English so you can understand your mind. So subscribe and turn on notifications. To understand why you waste money so easily today, we have to look at how human brains processed resources millions of years ago. Primitive humans spent physical energy to get tangible physical food, creating a direct feedback loop that kept survival decisions very clear and grounded. When you physically gave away a valuable resource back then, your brain felt immediate emotional pain to protect you from dying of starvation. But modern financial systems completely broke that protective feedback loop by replacing physical gold and paper bills with invisible digital numbers on screens. Psychologists call this detachment the tokenization effect, and it explains why swiping a plastic card feels totally harmless to your emotional center. In a landmark study conducted at MIT, researchers discovered that subjects spent up to 100% more money when using cards. When brain scans were conducted during these purchases, the pain center of the brain lit up for cash but stayed quiet for plastic. Because your neurological system does not register digital payments as loss of real assets, your brain treats every purchase like free points. Think about the last time you bought an expensive digital item without thinking and realize your ancient brain never felt the real cost. But the story gets much darker once we look at how modern smartphone apps intentionally exploit this exact weakness for massive corporate profit. Nobel Prize winner Richard Thaler proved that human minds separate money into different imaginary mental envelopes rather than one single combined pool. You will gladly spend $5 on a gourmet coffee without thinking, but you will drive across town to save $5 on gas. Mathematically, $5 is always $5, but your internal mental accounting system ranks those dollars differently based on pure emotional context. Multi-billion-dollar gaming and trading platforms spend vast sums of money every single year studying these precise mental accounting errors you make. When a trading application replaces standard text buttons with glowing green numbers and celebratory confetti animations, your brain releases a wave of dopamine. That tiny squirt of dopamine tricks your central nervous system into mistaking high financial risk for a fun video game round with friends. You think you are making a calculated investment decision, but your primal brain is just chasing the next colorful reward signal on display. This brings us to the most dangerous part of the entire trap, and trust me, this one insight changes how you see spending. When financial institutions turn your life savings into abstract reward points or digital tokens, they destroy your natural ability to evaluate value. Video game companies perfected this exact method decades ago by forcing players to convert real cash into artificial gems or virtual gold coins. Because your brain cannot calculate complex exchange rates instantly, you spend 3 times more money when buying items with artificial virtual currencies. Major credit card companies copied this exact video game tactic by introducing reward points that feel like free bonus gifts from friends. You convince yourself that you are winning a clever game against the bank, while in reality, you are spending far more overall money. Stay with me right now, because what I am about to show you next in the next 2 minutes exposes the entire corporate blueprint. Have you ever wondered why casinos swap your real cash for small plastic chips before you walk onto the main gaming floor tonight? It is not for organizational convenience, but rather to disconnect your subconscious mind from the painful reality of losing your life savings. The moment your cash becomes a round piece of blue plastic, your brain stops protecting that money like food or vital shelter. Modern fintech apps have brought that exact casino floor experience straight into your pocket, running 24 hours every single day quietly. Every push notification, every streak counter, and every progress bar on your banking screen was placed there to manipulate your primitive brain. They engineered these digital platforms so that losing money feels painless, while spending money delivers a small, predictable hit of chemical joy. What you just learned about spending explains why so many smart, highly educated professionals remain consistently broke throughout their working lives. They assume that financial success is entirely about intelligence and math, while in truth, it is dictated by ancient emotional brain mechanics. If you leave your money on autopilot inside a frictionless digital environment, the system will slowly drain your wealth without your knowledge. The entire modern economy is carefully built to strip away friction so that you can transfer value without ever feeling natural pain. When you buy something with one click online, you bypass every single psychological defense mechanism that kept your ancestors alive and safe. But here is the empowering truth that almost nobody tells you. You can reprogram these brain habits once you see the hidden game. The secret to defeating this psychological trap is to deliberately reintroduce physical and cognitive friction back into your daily financial habits. First, you must delete saved credit card information from online shopping websites so that every purchase requires real-time and conscious effort. When you are forced to manually type 12 digits, your logical prefrontal cortex wakes up and interrupts the automatic dopamine spending loop. Second, convert your monthly fund budget into physical cash bills and keep them inside a real paper envelope on your wooden desk. The moment you physically hand over a paper bill for an impulse buy, your brain's pain center will fire and protect your money. Third, rename your savings accounts from boring numbers to specific life goals like Freedom Fund or Emergency Shield to change emotional context. When you view that money as your future personal freedom rather than excess cash, your mental accounting system naturally protects every single dollar. Let us pull all of this crucial knowledge together so that you never fall into this hidden psychological trap ever again in life. Your brain treats money like a game because modern technology stripped away the natural physical friction that used to warn you of loss. Digital tokens, plastic cards, and gamified smartphone apps silence your brain's pain centers while triggering artificial hits of feel-good dopamine signals. Companies exploit your mental accounting habits to make you treat real wealth like worthless point scores inside an artificial video game world. By adding deliberate physical friction back into your life, you reclaim conscious, logical control over your financial choices and long-term future. You are not foolish or weak for making past mistakes, because your brain was simply reacting to systems designed to exploit human nature. Share this video with one person you care about who deserves to understand how these hidden psychological loops really work in daily life. One honest conversation about mental accounting could completely transform how they manage their money and protect their future for years to come. Subscribe to the channel right now if you want to master the hidden psychology behind your daily decisions and build real mental strength. Thank you for watching this breakdown, and remember that controlling your money begins with understanding the ancient brain running your modern choices.